CQ, CQ, this is W9GFO. Is anybody out there?
Other people need to see what I've seen. They need to see...
This is the way it's been done for billions of years. The small moves, the small moves.
Other people wanted me to play Minecraft. I don't mean this is a fault to the people involved. They wanted to play their way, and they didn't really think about, I don't know, other ways to play. Like even the person who, I didn't want the Minecraft game. I thought it was silly to pay $30. And that was 15 years ago when $30 was a lot more money than it is now. No? 3 meals at a fast food joint with hamburgers and fries, that's about $30 now. Well, $30 would have bought me a week's worth of groceries back then. Anyway, I was playing with these people who were computer geeks, and one of whom was a big gamer, and they were into things like Feed the Beast, where you do all kinds of, I don't know, industrialized factories and so on and so forth, and I didn't want to be anywhere near that. I didn't even understand that, I was having a hard enough time understanding about breaking blocks and picking them up. Anyway, so no fault of theirs. And then, of course, I started watching tutorials because I wanted to learn how to play. And then I ran into, well, first it was Soares Jr., and then he got invited to MindCrack. Oh, my gosh. And then I found out about Etho and Doc M77. And, I mean, these people were doing things I didn't even know you could do. And I kept feeling all this pressure, and then Hermitcraft came along. I don't remember how I found out about Xisumavoid. I don't remember. But he's very good at update information and tips and tutorials and redstone, and he's been dinging around with this game since it first started, and he was playing Minecraft at a whole different level than I was. So then I found out about the Hermitcraft players and all that. And I thought that was how you're supposed to play the game. Well, just recently I found out that most people who play the game, first of all, most people who play the game aren't on PCs. They're on crappy little devices like this. I'm on a tablet that's about 5 inches long and, I don't know, 3.5 inches tall or something? I can barely see the game. It's a touch screen. I can barely walk or move or pick up blocks or, I don't know what I'm going to do if I have to defend myself. So I'm playing in peaceful. I started the world in hard, and then as soon as the chunks loaded, I put it in peaceful. I used one of those starter chests so that I would have some place to be before nightfall. And I had a map. I still have a map. Do I still have my map? I still have my map. Well, sometimes I put it in a chest, but I think that's probably the wrong thing to do because I kind of need my map. Anyway, so here's where I am, and that's how much I've explored. And I think I'm missing a bet because if you look over on the right-hand side, I swam across that ocean. Oh, that was misery. I swam, and I will never do that again because it's so hard to use buttons and stuff. I mean, this is touchscreen. I can't feel if my finger's in the right place. So all the way over there on the right-hand side is a savanna. And I don't know what's down there in that blank area, but I bet there's a jungle. In fact, I think there is. Look in the middle bottom. You see that little green patch? I think that's where I stumbled across a little bit of jungle and then hightailed it back because I got nervous or whatever. It's real hard to do this on the touchscreen, and I'm using 5G cellular. I'm not using real internet. Not that there's no internet available out here. I'm in rural New Mexico. There's none available. So that's not even a thing. Excuse me. So I started out on peaceful, and off beyond that row of trees, those trees are a fence line I put around to protect the perimeter of the village I stumbled across. Anyway, out there, not very far, I spawned. I started a little hidey hole on the coast, and then the next day I followed the coast. The coast goes up this way, not too far past my fence border that I made. and I ended up here and found this village. It had about 5 villagers in it. It had a lot of farms. I mean, like 4 or 5. It's got a bell. Now, I'm going to have to look this up because I hate lying. Just by being foolish. I have to look this up, but it's got a bell, and I have heard that there's a stronghold underneath the bell. I'm not going to do that right now, but there is a bell. It's right over here by this fountain. Let's see. I've got an armorer. Oh, look, I didn't. Is that a no? I thought I had a brewing stand. I got all excited for nothing. I've got a cartographer. I've got who else deals with paper? Well, that's a librarian. That's a library over there, past the White Horse and so on. So I'm pretty well set up. I've got plenty of farmers, and I haven't opened their trades far enough yet. But some of the farmers will trade for pumpkins, and that'll get me lots of, and you know me and pumpkins, and that'll get me lots of emeralds. Wait a minute, these trees are never going to grow as long as these blocks are right there. That's too close. Oh, and maybe it's this block. Hey, pig. Let's see. Let me dump that. So I'm mostly playing in peaceful because, well, I ordered a keyboard and mouse, Bluetooth, and the mouse has a little dongle which requires an adapter to, it's a way of transferring information between my tablet and appliances and so on. I may even be able to use it. My ultimate dream would be able to, please don't leave. I love having donkeys because I love mules because they can put packs on them. What are you doing in there? How are you guys getting in my garden? These chests are too close and the horses are hopping. That's exactly what's happening. I don't think I have any walls. So I've ordered a dongle so that I can get the mouse working because I really miss having, I'm a touch typist. If I'm on a keyboard, I know where the keys are and I know which keys to press and that stuff. So and having a physical keyboard that I can feel, that will help a lot. And having a mouse. Like right now, I have to use my thumb to move over to the chest, then actually look down and see where the button is to open the chest. And sometimes, like if you're breaking a block, see where that, look over the top of my torch. You see that? Looks like a sword. That's your attack mode. I didn't know what that was for the longest time. I could not figure it out. So when you're attacking something or breaking a block, you use that button. And then the bottom, that thing looks like a plus sign. That's for placing a block and like clicking on something to open it and whatnot. So if my thumb moves at all, I can cause all kinds of problems. I really don't want to break my fence. I will break my fence because I don't want horses in there. See, I recently liberated my horses. They were in a pen. But I hate having animals in a pen. For one thing, I'm suspicious about lag. I don't want entities all crowded together. I want to be able to walk away from them and have my frame rate go down. And entities are things that are always, they want out. Are always seeking movement, or anyway, the blocks and stuff, they have to constantly update, and it can lag your program. You can lag your computer because all these hundreds of blocks and whatnot are all looking to see what they're supposed to do next. So having animals moving around and villagers and banners and some light sources, I thoroughly believe, because Zuma did a Mythbusters about it, that torches do not cause lighting updates. They do not cause lighting updates. One reason I use them, neither do pumpkins. The advantage also of pumpkins is jack-o'-lanterns have faces on them. And nowadays you can post them anywhere. You can put them way up in a tree, whatever. But they have faces on them, so they're directional. So if you're in a cave and you place a jack-o'-lantern, you can put the face pointing toward the exit so you know how to get out. Let's see. What else am I trying to tell you? So why am I keep trying to play this game like professional YouTubers who, I mean, I hear these people complain when their frame rate goes down to 600 frames per second. I was playing on an Acer laptop from Walmart $200. Oh, yike. I was lucky to get 30 FPS. Before that, I had a little teeny tiny old clunky tower PC that, that person who bought me Minecraft, she's an IT specialist for a county in Great Britain. She was talking to me over, was it TeamSpeak? Well, anyway, we were chatting one day, and we were in-game, and she said, "Is your computer okay?" And I said, "I think so. Why?" And she said, "I can hear the cooling fans. It sounds like your computer is really straining and struggling." So she had me go through some files and tell her what things were what things were reporting back. And I didn't know you're supposed to do any of that stuff with a computer. I had no idea. I figured if I was playing, everything was okay, right? Anyway, she went through stuff and she said, "Okay, you need to discard these files and clean out this thing." And, she had me tweak my computer because I was literally burning it up, trying to play Minecraft and be on TeamSpeak at the same time. I didn't know. So I tried planting that oak tree there because I was hoping it would attract more bees, because I figure any place there's flowers. I want to use bees a lot. Bees apparently, well, for one thing, they make honey blocks are sticky, I guess, so you can slide down them. So they're good for like elevators and whatnot. I think they're also slightly bouncy, not like slimes, but slightly bouncy. Like I was saying on the map, I'm interested in if there's a desert, and I'm interested in a swamp. Speaking of slimes, also interested in frogs. I'm also interested in mangrove, and I'm interested in the jungle because of the, I love bamboo. I was on a multiplayer server, and they had a thing where you could like teleport around to random biomes, and I discovered bamboo because you can use it as a fuel source. And it's a great building material. It's extremely inexpensive. And I just love bamboo. I love how fast it grows, how it makes great fences to keep monsters out. Great fences. But you can still smack them. If you get your axe or your sword right in between them, just great. You can smack them. So that bamboo to me is just like, yes, please. So I would love to have access to bamboo. My first problems, of course, were how do I get access to anything if I'm on peaceful? Now, I did build it's called a murder hole. I learned about these, again, Soares Jr. But this was when he was playing like I was, way back before there were even jungles. I don't even know what version it was. I'm not going to pretend I'm a big expert in all that. But it was before jungles. And around outside of his fence, he made murder holes so that skeletons and zombies could fall down a 2-block hole, and you would be inside the hole, and you could see their little feeties. Your head would be about right where their feeties were, and you could just stand there and smack them. Well, I made this. It's a big box in the dark, and then I would be down here, and I was thinking, what am I going to do about baby zombies? So these are slabs. Okay, there is a 1-block gap between them, and baby zombies can pass through a 1-block gap, but I don't think they can recognize this as a 1-block gap, because they're going to see block down here, maybe block up here, I think it would give me more of a chance. Now, the closer I get, the less I can see. So if skeletons start seeing me and shooting at me, I can move forward, and of course, they'll be attracted to come closer, and then I just can hit their feet. It looks a little bright in there right now. But I'm not going to do it at night. I'm going to do it during the day. And I'm going to do it with my dogs around, just in case something goes nuts. So how do I get stuff if I'm not using monsters? Like bones. How did I tame dogs? Bones? Well, over here, I'm very close. See how close I am to the ocean? I mean a big ocean. A big, scary ocean that I had to swim and scared myself really bad. So over here, there's this ocean, right? This is naturally forming. Every now and then, it has cod in it. One time, I even saw some salmon. So I can come over here with my hatchet, my axe. I'm being really careful not to break the seagrass, because I think the seagrass might have something to do with them spawning in this little, it's only 1 block deep, right? But I'll get like 5 cod, and sometimes I'll get a couple of salmon, and I'll sit very patiently and wait for them. Like, see how I'm pointing at that one block? I'll wait for them to swim into that block and then smack them with my axe. And when the fishes die, once in a while, they drop bones. So then once I had enough fish, then I could tame cats. Now, the way I understand cats, I love how cats have changed. The way I understand cats, first of all, you don't have to go through that torture of trying to tame an ocelot out in a jungle full of creepers. Remember, ocelots were considered, I think they were hostile mobs, actually. I'm not sure about dogs. But anyway, they were very hard to find. You had to be so patient and wait for them. And you couldn't look around to make sure you were safe from creepers. So you'd have to build a structure behind you and then just stand there and wait and wait. And you could go through a stack of fish. Animals are much easier to tame now. Much easier. They're also much easier to kill. You smack them, they run around for a few blocks, and then they stand still and wait for you to smack them again. Instead of like running all over the forest and, you know. So these new cats, that they spawn in villages, and the way I understand it, and I looked up cats on the Wikipedia, the Minecraft wiki. The way I understand it, the number of cats in a village is dependent on how many villagers. Now, I started out with about, it seemed to me about 5 or 6 villagers, okay? I don't remember. Anyway, I kept seeing cats, and they don't despawn. The original cats don't despawn. It may be possible other cats will spawn later, but they are not original cats. For instance, like it took me forever to get this Siamese cat, and there's a yellow cat that was living in this tree. I went, and of course it stayed up there, and it stayed up there. They don't despawn. It stayed up there, and I couldn't reach it to offer it any fish, and it couldn't come to me. And as soon as I pillared up 2 blocks, that cat jumped off. And then I just stood here with some fish, and it came right to me. I didn't have to go through a lot of torture. I love it the cats sit on beds. It's easy to find them. I love it that they sit on windowsills. I always thought it was funny that they sit on chests, and you can't open the chest unless you move the cat. And the only way to move the cat is either push it or tell it to stand up. Or anyway, I love that. And I also love that this is, natural cat behavior. They bring you gifts. And the gifts that they give you are, well, if you look in there, about the middle column, and 1, 2, 3, 4th row down, 3 across, no, 4 across there. Well, that's a nautilus shell. I got that from fishing. But there's also a phantom membrane. Yeah, I think 3 down is a phantom membrane. They bring me rabbit's feet. I don't know what I'll need them for, but thank you. They bring rabbit hides, which would have been useful for, those pouches. I want to start making those pouches, those pocketbooks, where you can put in diverse numbers of items. I mean, like mix and match. So they brought me string. They brought me enough string to build 1 fishing pole. It's almost broken, and now they've just given me 1 more string. So it may be possible I can fish a fishing pole, but I bet that I'm going to just have to build a new one and maybe combine them, start using the new one and combine them down. So I'm getting stuff by fishing, and so far I've gotten, I've gotten 2 saddles. Let's see. I got 2 saddles. So as soon as I get enough gold to breed a horse with a donkey, I will have some mules I can put backpacks on. Oh, people kill these things so that they can get the leads. And I started doing that, and I felt bad about it, and I didn't really like it, but I don't know how else to get the leads. Well, if you just keep in mind that they're doing stuff in the background, eventually you might hear the lead pop off because they went too fast around the corner or whatever. Look at all the leads I've got. And I only killed 2 of those trader people. All the rest of those leads, they just drop them all over my place. I just keep finding them. Like, he's about to do it. This trader's about to go someplace the llama can't go. So, also, if you see a trader with only one, they're llamas. They're not llamas. I keep pronouncing that wrong. That's one stuck down there. So, if you see with just one llama, look around because it's quite possible that the other one is someplace nearby and the lead has broken off. This is a little hill I was going to use to mine. And I suddenly occurred to, and there's still entities spawning down here naturally. I'm just down here to see if you have a leash, but I don't think you do. So the passive mobs, chickens, and this one is the one that's stuck. Nope, don't hear a lead. Okay, passive mobs, chickens, horses, sheep, and cows are still spawning down here occasionally. And of course, once in a while they fall in the hole. Oh, I should show you the rest of the way down. I haven't gone very far in this. When I was way off in the distance out that way and I looked over here at the village, I realized this is not solid land under here. This is a peninsula jutting out, and it's not attached to the ocean bed. So there's deep water. From here down, there's deep water. I've been finding gravel and I've been covering it up. And it's just so frightening, and so it causes me so much stress that I have to do it in little bits. Because it's just, I'm really afraid of drowning. Drowning and, of course, lava and fall damage are still things I can do in peaceful. So I started out spawning way over, well, not way over, it's not really very far. Oh, another thing I really like is how frequent villages are these days. I also like how easy it is to trade with villagers these days. I love the professions. I think that's a great idea. I love the fact that you can put down little things like a barrel or, the stone cutter or whatever, and lectern and whatnot, and get villagers of different professions. I do not want to make them prisoners. You wonder, why is all this podzol here? All these giant trees. Well, off over this way, that's where my spawn is, out over there. Out over this way are tall, pretty tall mountains. It looks like maybe they're 200 blocks tall, which is a good place to go for iron. So I've been getting brave going outside the wall and starting to mine for iron. But there's also a taiga, including a snowy taiga, and off to the edge of that is ice, like the really hard packed ice and stuff. It doesn't have any structures. It's just the ocean is frozen. And I got leather boots from cows so that I can go over there because they got that new tricky snow. And I started exploring around over there in hopes that I might find out over that way. If you kept following the ocean that way. You see these little pillars? That's deep caves I found. That one, in fact, I'm exploring right now, and it's absolutely magnificent. So I figure where there's polar bears, there might be one of those igloo things. Or maybe I hear there's now villagers in the cold biomes, so I'm curious about that. But what I really want to do is go the opposite direction, across the ocean, over that way, and hopefully I will find a jungle, and because I really want bamboo. And a swamp, because I really want frogs, and hopefully a witch hut, and, So, I'm not quite geared up yet. I did trade for this iron chest plate. Got cut off, so I didn't get to finish it. What I wanted to tell you was, look, I'm not trying to be some professional Minecraft YouTube guru or any of that kind of junk. I'm trying to find a way to play the game that doesn't physically or mentally or psychologically hurt me. And I could use some community. I could use some friends. I want to hear if you're struggling with the game, I get that. Especially like if you just play different and people are giving you grief over that, harassing, bullying, telling you you're not good enough, I understand. I've been through it. I've really been through it. Believe me, I understand. I would like us to be a community. I don't care about algorithms AdSense and all that crap. I can't earn more than $2,000 a month as a disabled person in the United States without losing my medical care. So I don't want to be viral. I just want to have some friends. So you can contact me. I have a Granny Gamer 1 Facebook page. You can always leave a comment here. You can leave a link to a video that you've made. We used to do that in the old days on YouTube. We'd talk to each other by making response videos. Even Soares Jr. used to invite people to make videos if they had questions about what he was talking about or whatever. Let's go back to that. We don't have to all be for sale. We don't have to be a product. We can just be friends, or at least business associates, or we work together, compatriots kind of thing. We work together because we have mutual interests. We like the game, and we're trying to figure out how to play it the way we need to play it. That kind of thing. Now, if they purr and they lie down, they will often leave a gift. Somebody tell me those. Excuse me, I got hiccups. Somebody tell me what those green particles mean, because I don't have a clue. Did you leave me a present? Yes, you did. No, you left me a cat. What? Are you supposed to be there? Are you keeping me from getting a present? No. What happened? Okay. So just give me a holler. Let's be buddies. Oh, yeah. No, that's a torch. Let's be buddies. Let's hang out. Maybe we can find a multiplayer server and we can do our own thing. I don't care about no dragons or... Yeah, I think one of the worst things that happened in this game was they introduced the dragon. It was just like, there's not supposed to be an end to this game. It's a sandbox game. We're supposed to be having fun. So let me know if I can be supportive and if I'm helpful, because that's the point. I'm not going to be around much longer. I would like to be useful in the time I have left, and I would like to have some freaking fun, bro, like to have some fun. And that means I would like to be around other people. And doing this is fun, and it's a great way to connect with people. Remember what it says in the end poem. You are alive. Wake up. Let's play the game the way we need to play it. There's no wrong way to play. Okay, I'd hug you, but my arms don't bend. Bye.
I will kill you.
Like, dislike, share, comment, subscribe, or the dog gets it.